This is James Helder for IFL TV. I'm in the Ping Pong Club today in central London. With me, I've got Mickey Hennessy from Hennessy Sport. All right, Mick?
Yeah, good, James. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. We're here today for the press conference between James DeGALE and Dyer Davis. Pretty standard stuff, bit of a formality today.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a formality. I mean, you can see with Dyer Davis, he's a no-nonsense fighter. You know, he's here to do his talking in the ring. He's a quality American. He's got very good wins over the likes of Marcus Johnson, who was 20-0 when he took his scalp. Antoine Eccles. And, you know, by his own admission, he weren't right for the Sakio Biko fight. Weren't nowhere near right. But he's told everyone that he's right for this fight, that he's turning up to take James's position, basically. So he's a no-nonsense, confident American fighter. You know, he's got a great pedigree, great fight pedigree with his dad. He wouldn't be here if he didn't believe he could win. So James has got a hard fight on his hands.
How has the tickets been for Globe Blue Water? What sort of crowd are you anticipating for this one, Mick?
I'm just waiting for the last couple of days' sales, but things have picked up. You know, hopefully we'll get about 2,000 on the night. So, you know, it's one of them situations at the moment. It's time of year. There's other big fights around the corner. So, I think with fights going on, you know, boxing can be a hard sell, especially this time of year.
Do you find it hard to get opponents for James DeGALE? Is that something that's been a bit of a problem for you guys?
Yeah, it has really, because especially meaningful opponents. You know, it just seems like no one wants to fight each other in the division unless it's for the main world titles, because they know there's a rainbow at the end of it. There's money, there's good money, and they don't want to take any chances en route. They want to go straight for the title. So it is hard to get meaningful fights. But you know, the plus point for this is for me is, you know, Dyer Davis is an American. He's got an American style, and it's something to put in the bank for James for when he does fight for a world title and has to, you know, maintain that and defend his title.
Not looking past Dyer Davis, how far do you think James DeGALE is from knocking on the door for a world title, Mick, in your honest opinion?
I think if he performs how we believe he can perform on Saturday night, I think he's ready. But he's got to put in a blistering performance. He's got to show us that he's ready. It's, you know, it's not a matter of just winning this and just showing up. It's a matter of winning it and winning it in style. If he shows everyone he can do that, then it's going to make it easier to make a genuine world title fight.
Can you understand his frustration having relinquished the European title? In some people's mind, is that even though this belt is higher for the ranking, it's a different route. Yeah. But can you understand his frustrations in terms of where he was to what's going on now?
Listen, all fighters get frustrated and impatient with whatever their circumstances. But from my point of view, no, because you know, at 13 fights, you're not ready for a world title fight. No matter how talented you are, or who's sort of like, you know, putting things in your head, you're not ready. And he's had 4 fights since then, and he's about to have another one, 5, and in my opinion, 5 are the right fights. So I believe he's picked up the right experience. You know, I know what I'm doing, getting a fighter ready for a world title fight, and you're not ready after 13 fights. It's that simple. So, you know, all fighters are going to get frustrated because there's expectation now, and especially if you're a former Olympic gold medalist. But you need to do things right, and if he's to win that title and hold on to it, he needs to be in the right situation.
With the opponents not being forthcoming for him, do you think you're going to have to take him through getting to that mandatory route and maybe through the final eliminator to get a shot at Sakio Biko?
Don't know. Possibly with Biko, maybe. But look, there's also, you know, there's potential for the Andre Ward fight.
Absolutely massive fight. Massive fight.
There's fights there, you know. HBO have expressed an interest in that fight, and the better James performs on Saturday night, you know, the bigger the options are after that fight.
In the press conference today, you touched on the fact that Carl Froch and George Groves, there isn't that many box office fights for them afterwards by Andre Ward. Do you realistically think James could get in the mix for that shot?
Well, listen, I think economics should dictate that. I mean, everyone wants to be in massive box office fights, big domestic blockbusters. Everyone wants to. Like you just said, there's not many of them out there. You know, obviously that's why George Groves and Carl Froch came together. You know, is Carl Froch going to fight Andre Ward again? I don't think so. You know, I've even heard some people sort of like, you know, TV executives sort of like question whether that would be box office. You know, for me, of course it's box office, but Normally it's the domestic fights like Groves and Froch. DeGALE being an Olympic gold medalist, and with most people thinking that he beat George Groves as well, is a natural domestic blockbuster for the winner of that fight.
Let's talk a little bit about the undercard at Globe Blue Water on Saturday. Hugo Fury unfortunately sustained a cut last week, so he's off. He's out of the bill now, isn't he? Yeah,
he is. Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate really that fight was basically taken before he was before our bill came about basically. So, but you know, Hughie throughout his career has fought regular back to back and never had one injury, and it's just sod's law really, you know. So yeah. So
we're looking forward to seeing Lenny Daws back in action. I know you've got a great fondness for Lenny. What level of opponent can we anticipate for him?
Well, he's fighting a world champion at the moment, and it's over 6 rounds, and it's basically just to get Lenny back in the ring, really, after everything that happened to him out in Italy. So, you know, see how he is on Saturday night. He needs to, you know, shake the cobwebs off and take it from there. But there's, you know, Darren Hamilton's looking for an opponent, and if there's any other opportunities out there, you know, I know if they're big enough, Lenny will take them.
I think there are some great fights for Lenny, even domestic level, European level. It's great. It'll be great to see him kicking on a little bit, you know, Mick.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he showed that he's European class, but you know, there also needs to be. There's a lot of sort of like, you know, big names in that division. Will they take on Lenny Daws? No, because there has to be some sort of other attraction there for them. So, you know, unfortunately, because, you know, Lenny's a genuine fella and doesn't, you know, talk about himself a lot. Is, you know, you have to earn the right to be in them situations, like he did with the European title, won the EU title and got himself into the #1 spot, and then earned the right to fight the champion. It seems to me that's the way, you know, the only way Lenny's going to get a shot at anything really, if he earns the right. I know Darren Hamilton wants to fight. He wants, you know. So that's probably an easy fight to make, and Lenny could pick up his Lonsdale belt with that fight if he comes through and wins it.
Last but not least, let's touch on your man Chris Eubank Jr. recently added to the bill. What's going on with him?
Yeah, look, it's he's basically fighting a kid who's 8-1, and you know it's going to be, you know, much of the same that we've seen from Chris. He's fighting in a 6-rounder on this card. And, you know, he's obviously an exciting talent, and this is another good fight for him.
I'm really looking forward to the card. I saw Boxrec rated the card 2 stars. I thought that was a bit harsh, to be honest, and I think he's a lot better than that.
Well, listen, if we listen to a lot of things that get said by...
Boxing News, rather, not Boxrec, do excuse me. Sorry, mate.
If we listen to a lot of things that people said in this business, we wouldn't get out of bed in the morning, would we? It's that simple. So, you know, I'm taking no notice of that sort of stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the stuff you see nowadays, there's agendas behind it. So we'll just crack on and do what we do.
I think it's a massive platform, having Channel 5 and terrestrial TV. It's accessible to everyone, no matter what the case may be. You just have to own a TV set to watch the boxing. So I think that's a fantastic thing already.
Yeah, no, most definitely. It's you know, it's going to be a quality 2 hours on Channel 5, definitely. It's going to be an interesting show, and this is a great headline fight. It really is. I think a lot of people are underestimating this fight. I think it could be a classic.
I agree. Like as you said, Dyer seems fully fit now, Dyer Davis. So yeah, we're anticipating a really good fight.
Yeah, look, from the moment this fight was made, he's been up for this. Things must have been right in his life, in his camp, everything, because he has been so up for this. By his own admission, he weren't right for Sakio Bika. And if he went 10 rounds when he's not right, when he's injured, you know, there's obviously more to come. So we'll get to witness that on Saturday night.
Do you fancy James to take him late into them championship rounds and then win the fight?
Yeah, I fancy it could potentially go to points or go late. If James gets the stoppage, then it's a very impressive win. Very impressive if he gets the stoppage.
Listen, Mick, I really appreciate you giving IFL TV a bit of time today. Yeah. We look forward to the weigh-in tomorrow, no doubt, and we'll see you at the Globe Blue Water on Saturday. Thank you very much. And do remember, if you do want to buy tickets, they're available from Hennessy Sports website or via the boxers, James DeGALE 1, etc. This is James Helder with Mick Hennessy, not Mick Elliott, for iFilm London. Thank you.